Hello everyone, this is Isabel. I'm at PTC’23 in Hawaii, and I'm joined by an inspiring leader of our industry, Paula Cogan. She's CEO of euNetworks. Paula, welcome to my hot seat.
Oh, thank you, Isabel. It's great to be here.
And congratulations on your new position. It's very exciting.
I appreciate it. I'm really excited about it too. It's a great opportunity. I've got a fantastic team.
So people are increasingly talking about sustainability, about creating sustainable telecom ecosystem. Do you think that's realistic for an industry to be sustainable when we're trying to grow bandwidth exponentially? Is that something realistic?
Of course, it's extremely challenging, but I do think that it is a realistic goal. But what it's going to take is us as an industry to really collaborate to make this happen, to really think about how together we can create and build more sustainable networks. And that's going to mean us collectively looking at the whole life cycle of network builds, everything from design through to delivery, implementation, and in-life management. And collectively, as an industry, I think we need to think more about how we can source more sustainable materials, for example, recyclable duct materials, thinking and encouraging our contractors to utilize machinery that is reliant upon electricity rather than reliant upon diesel, those kind of things, Isabel. And I think it's super important. These are things that everyone across the industry are thinking about, the race to net zero, and certainly it's something that our customers are demanding from us as well.
It's good the customers are demanding it, because then you have no choice. We have to do something about it.
We absolutely do. And in fact, all across the industry, all across many companies, we're thinking about how to baseline and actually report on our carbon emissions and greenhouse gases. And of course, the way that we do that, greenhouse gases are segmented into 3 scopes. Scope 1 is fuel, Scope 2 is electricity, and they're relatively easy to baseline and also to improve. We think about introducing electric fleets into our operations. We think about changing our electricity supply to renewables, but there is a 3rd scope, and that 3rd scope actually is the most impactful and actually the most difficult, and that is Scope 3. And typically, Scope 3 produces around about 75% of carbon emissions. And that is actually around supply chain, Isabel. So that is definitely the most difficult. And that's what our customers are really starting to think about. Who is in their supply chain? How sustainable are their services? And what can they improve? Because that has the biggest impact.
So for people watching us today, how should they go about, if they want to co-create sustainable ecosystems, how should they go about it?
Well, I think firstly, what people need to do is ensure that they understand their Scope 1, 2, and 3 baselines, set science-based targets, and then determine how they're going to measure improvements. What improvements can they make? I've talked about, everyone's introducing electric vehicles into their fleet, but really start to think about what in their supply chain can be changed to improve those carbon emissions.
And if you can't measure it, you can't manage it.
Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. And one of the things that we have done at euNetworks that is really innovative, and I believe that we're leading the industry on, is that we have devised 2 tools to enable our customers to measure the carbon impact of, firstly, building networks, and secondly, the carbon emissions that are generated from the network services that they procure from us. And these are 2 really innovative tools that we've launched. So the first one is the carbon network footprint calculator, and that involves us, as we build networks and as we build networks for some of our clients, we are able to measure and report back to them the carbon emissions that are generated from that network build. And that is in life now. It's being used by clients and internally by euNetworks. And I know that we are leading the industry on this, because here at PTC, we've had some really meaningful discussions and interest in collaborating with us around this tool. And actually, Isabel, I'm not sure if you heard about it, but in the middle of last year, in May, we actually won an award from Microsoft for our efforts around sustainability, largely aligned to the production of this carbon calculator, which we're very, very proud of.
This is so exciting, Paula. Thank you so much for a great interview. I think you're doing great things. Continue doing it, and good luck. I'm sure you will lead this company to great things.
Oh, thank you,
so I'm
Isabel.
very happy when I saw the announcement. So
Thank you. It's a real pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
everyone, thank you for watching, and until my next hot shot.